Ms. Nadel?
Yes, thank you. You know,
Excuse. Bill, come on, guys.
yeah, it's frustrating as a council member to be seen as a monolith, to have the council seen as a monolith, because we have differing views. And you know, when I go to a GA and I see how people are listened to, it would be it would be really nice to have the same kind of listening to the council, because we are not all the same person. We do not all represent in the same way. So I appreciate the opportunity to say why I didn't want this heard and why I wouldn't support it. I can't in good conscience give the port or any business indefinite protection from protest against potential labor or other abuses. We should not be doing that. Not only in Oakland, but across the country, I'm really disturbed that many directors and company heads representing workplaces from banks to investment firms to ports nationally all claim their workers are the 99% and their workplaces should not be the target of protest. But the problem is that they just trickle down meager dollars in comparison to their own, and they hide behind that to perpetuate their wealth. So I think that we have to be very careful who we identify with. And even though we have differences in the way Occupy, I have some differences in the way Occupy has been organizing, and you have differences with the way we work, there are things that we can learn from each other and put together a movement together instead of clashing with each other. And I've been saying that over and over again. This is a physics exercise, guys. We are the 99% in this city. If we want to look at analyzing the forces, we need to join forces and work against the real 1%. So it's not a matter of joining us, it's a matter of us joining together. That's what it is, us joining together. Because we have learned some things over the years that you are throwing out, and it's silly. We have learned that it's valuable to post an agenda a couple weeks in advance. So when people come to a meeting, they know what's on the agenda. Excuse me, Stephanie. Don't just say, listen for a minute. Listen for a minute. Listen for a minute. Listen for a minute. Listen for a minute.
Come on, go ahead, Ms. Nadel.
There are things we all have learned in our long lives that we can share with each other to make a stronger movement. We are not all enemies of each other. I am asking for all of us to listen to each other more, to develop a way to communicate with each other that respects people of like mind, and make some progress instead of clashing with each other over little stuff. I understand that there are problems, but not all of us on the council have advocated for violent police action. Many of us have fought against it for decades. So when people stand up here and treat us all like the same person, it's very frustrating. When Elaine couches me as the enemy, not only here, but when I ran for office, never having spoken to me, not knowing me from anywhere, it's very frustrating because I have spent decades trying to change the very things you are talking about. So if you are alienating me and the council is alienating you, who is winning? The 1%. So let's try to set up some ways to communicate. We have not done everything wrong. We have done some big things wrong. So have you. Let's try to come to some meeting of the minds and work together to make some change. I know there are some groups who have been working on changing the decision to never talk to a council member, which I thought was very odd. And I'm glad that's moving, and there are some changes there. I certainly have been willing, and Desley, even though she's changed her opinion, actually slept out in the camp for a few nights. I have attended meetings there. We need to communicate, and we need to join. And I hope that you recognize the impossible position that even the mayor has been put in. And I don't envy her position. I ran for mayor a while back, and I'm certainly glad I'm not mayor now. But I'll tell you that there are really, really strong forces from both sides attacking her. Both sides attacking her. And so it's a very, very difficult position to be in. So I think that rather than waste time on things like recall, and I saw Arnie, who you were all clapping for, who says he believes in free enterprise, another meeting when you're not here, and you're all clapping for him. You know, really try to understand who we all are, and that there are many more opportunities for alliance than you're giving credence to. So I had to say that. I've been very frustrated. But I would never support this resolution.